Welcome to the much anticipated third event of these Marble Olympics here at MNH Racing. All of the teams have been practicing hard all week, but today is the day where it will count. Each marble represents one of the 4 largest cities in that country, and penalties will be given for each marble that doesn't finish the course. First up is the American team led by New York, and down they go. They're showing great form through the curves and spirals, staying close together down the first jump. They managed superbly down the first real challenge of the course, known as Cliff Jr. They managed a second challenge and are picking up speed for the Big Dipper and the Mad Dash. Oh no, New York can't quite hold on to the Mad Dash and takes a dive. It's going to cost them 1/10 of a second. Here we see where New York loses it on the second hump. He was going all out and it could have paid off, but not this time. Next up, we have Team Switzerland with Zurich at the head. Nice tight formation off the starting gate. Byrne is starting to lag behind. There was that injury during practice last week that's probably to blame. It was a good decision to place him last, as long as he has a clean run. Not a problem for the Cliff Jr. Nailed the dropper. They're slow approaching the Big Dipper, and they nail the Mad Dash. Although Byrne did show signs of weakness, he managed to stay on the track and not lose any points for his team. And with that run, Switzerland passes the Americans and sets a new time to beat at 17.59. That was an epic run, and I bet the other teams are getting nervous. Team Sweden's ready to go. Let's watch this one. They were also very strong all week in the practice runs. They decided on the classic squeeze stretch tactic for this. It looks like they came back together too fast as Gossenberg and Malmo collided. What happened in that curve right before the dropper? They almost stopped. That's it for Sweden for the first spot. Let's see if they hang on to the top 3. Uppsala manages to finish the course despite having almost stalled. I'm sure the coaching staff will not be happy with this run. I think their very first practice run was better than this one. Slovakia is now ready to go, and they are off. They decide to follow the tight formation down the run. So far it's paying off, but they don't look to be as fast as Team Switzerland. Some hesitation at Cliff Jr. That'll cost them. Still doing good. They're going through that last turn. Down the Big Dipper, down the Mad Dash. Too bad Kosise played follow the leader here. Even with those 2 penalties, their score of 19.05 makes them second and pushes the US to third and Team Sweden out of medal contention. Team Switzerland is still first with an amazing time of 17.59. Let's see how things go for Team Russia. They decide on the 2+2 strategy with fastest in front and holding on for a bit. I think they want to avoid the collisions that cost the Team Sweden. Not a problem with Cliff Jr. They're spreading out for the dropper. Novosibirsk loses control, falling off the track. Let's see if they can stay clean for the rest of the run. And yes, no more incidents. A respectable final score of 18.54, even with the unfortunate fall, which actually places them in second place and pushes Slovakia to third. The cat's eye of this competition, Poland is off. Early breakout of the leader. They used this strategy effectively during the practices. They're down the first drop, approaching the first hazard. And Cliff Jr. is a breeze for them. They're now approaching the dropper. And they get through that efficiently as well. And Warsaw makes it down the course with ease. Warthoff loses it on the last hump of the Mad Dash, but manages to stay on the course end zone. It's still a good run as Poland now pushes Russia to third with Switzerland still in the lead. Now we got Norway on the track. And they're off. I'm not sure what strategy they're using. I think it's the free-for-all strategy of just do it. Make it down that first drop and into the turn. Ouch. Stavanger takes a dive off of Cliff Jr. They're now in tight formation. Down the dropper. The Big Dipper goes well. Oslo loses control in the Mad Dash. With 2 penalties, it will be hard for them to be in the top 3. Definitely not enough, but it does put them in 4th place. Team Switzerland is still the one to beat. The host country's up now and the crowds are going wild. Another team opting for the good old squeeze stretch. Good curve handling. Down that first drop and into the third turn. Down Cliff Jr. We see that they are adapting tactics as they go. I also saw the 2 front, 2 back. They really slowed down to get ready for the dropper. They're playing it safe, but I think it will cost them. All 4 made it down the Big Dipper, but Incheon just can't hold on in the Mad Dash. With a score of 19, unfortunately, South Korea is now 5th. With 8 teams left to compete, the top 3 countries in the bobsleigh are Switzerland, followed by Poland and Russia in 3rd place. Japan and Canada are the next 2 countries up. Land of the Rising Sun, Team Japan is off. Good formation through the double helix. Now we're around the stretch, and no hesitation for the first jump. They make it down the 3rd jump and into that turn. Osaka loses it and can't make the dropper. His teammates easily make it through the Big Dipper and the Mad Dash. That one hurts. If it weren't for the fall, that time would have put them in 3rd place. Japan finishes with a time of 18.59. Team Italy now. You know, I think Italy's the only country in the world that has a different country completely contained within it. All of our teams have handled the double helix well. It looks like they're playing it safe. During one practice run, all members of the Team Italy actually fell off the course. I think that may explain them holding them back. A clean run, but playing it safe ended up costing them valuable milliseconds and squarely out of medal contention. Team Switzerland put the bar high, and I don't think anyone can just play it safe at this point. Team France is up next, and they are off. They are really spreading out. It's the first team I see using such a disciplined 1-2-1 formation. Let's see if it pays off. That did not sound good. Toulouse fell off Cliff Jr. just barely in camera range. They're spooked now, all slowed right down. And there's another penalty. Leon loses it in the Mad Dash. Not the best run we've seen by the French at all. That run puts them dead last at this point. Now, Team Germany is off. We can always expect a well-disciplined performance by our German competitors. It's certainly showing in the double helix. This is the only team I saw putting a flawless, perfect, even Steven formation. They aren't quite doing it here, but they have great time so far. They all handle the dropper, going down that last turn, down the Big Dipper and down the Mad Dash, and that looks like a great time by the Germans. Hamburg almost skipped the barrier, but did a half-pipe move to stay in. Germany ousts Russia to be the current 3rd place team. Switzerland is still undefeated. Let's see if Finland can beat them once and for all. And they are off down that first turn and on the drop. Do the 2-2 formation in the double helix. Down that 2nd drop and into the curve. Ouch, Cliff Jr. strikes again. I think that was Turku falling there. They go back to the tight formation, exiting the dropper. And it pays off at the Big Dipper. Not the best time of 1933 to start with, but with the penalty, they are now only besting Sweden. Seemed like all the competitors of Finland except Turku knew what they were doing in the Mad Dash. Next up is Great Britain. They're doing a good job at even positioning. They actually practice alongside Team Germany and it shows. Down that curve. They handle Cliff Jr. with ease. Down that 2nd drop. Ooh, but there's a fail as London drops to the side. The others manage a half-decent finish, but I'm sure it's not enough. Although a good run for Great Britain, it really just isn't enough on this day. We see Birmingham slowed down at the end. That costed them dearly. And those crazy Canucks are up. Good start down that first drop. Nice positioning into the double helix. And through that curve. Cliff Jr. was certainly no match for that tight Canadian formation. They were a bit hesitant on the 2nd jump. It's going to cost them milliseconds for sure. Oh, did Ottawa get a penalty on that one? I'm afraid it did. With a final score of 19.09, Canada is also out of the medals on this one. Here we see how Ottawa just lost control. And our last team up for today is Austria. Into the first drop. It's going good in the double helix. They're going for the 2-2 formation. And they successfully pass the Cliff Jr. down that drop. Ooh, a bit of hesitation after the dropper. I can't believe it. They changed strategies on the fly. I don't think it will be good for their time. And it's definitely not good. I think should have stuck with the 1 or 2 formations. The switching ended up costing them and it puts them in last place. And there we have it. The bobsled event is over with Switzerland winning gold, Poland silver, and Germany bronze. Congrats to our crew chiefs for earning a shout out in this event. And we have a big change in the current standings after the bobsleigh event. Switzerland now comes first after dominating, and Canada moves to third. Austria still remains in last with a disappointing 6 points. And our 3 winners are now on the podium. Wait, what is that flag? Jamaica? The Jamaican bobsled team is crashing the Marble Winter Games. I don't think this has ever happened before. Apparently they missed the registration deadline by a mere minute. They're talking it over with the MIOC officials now. And they're in! Jamaica's allowed to compete in the bobsleigh event. The crowd's absolutely going crazy as the Jamaicans make their way to the launch gate. Talk about good sportsmanship. All 3 medal contenders are also cheering on the Jamaican team. I'm just going to be quiet. Let's all enjoy the fun. Good, down that drop. Oh no, first casualty right there. And a second one goes down. Unfortunately, it seemed like they shared the same fate as their human counterparts in the 1988 Calgary Olympics. But everyone is cheering their determination and pursue their dreams. Isn't that what these games are all about? Anyway, we're back to the podium. Congratulations to Switzerland for winning the gold medal, Poland for earning silver, and Germany for winning bronze. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for more updates. Be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed. Better yet, why not subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can keep up with the Winter Games. I'm your host, Alex B, signing off.